Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday morning. Not a whole lot necessarily to talk about when it comes to the weather as we head into the day today. I think a fairly typical August day for us. It's going to be a bit on the hot, bit on the humid side, but good news is we do have some things to talk about when it comes to the forecast as we look ahead, especially to this weekend and next week. More warm, humid days today, tomorrow, but as we head towards Friday, the weekend, we're going to start to see some cooler temperatures, and then I think we're going to see a pretty prolonged stretch of some seasonally cool temperatures as we head into the early parts of the week next week, and really I think actually through a lot of the week next week, cooler, more comfortable, not as humid conditions expected through that time frame. So I think, again, me personally, again, that's kind of how I prefer, again, my weather. And so I think getting closer to what I would prefer, certainly by this weekend and then into the week next week. Again, it's still, again, going to be late August. And, last year, if you look back at the number of days that it was 90 or hotter in Lincoln, we had more days of 90-degree weather in September than we did August. So, again, still can get plenty hot, plenty humid as we, again, round out August and begin September. But it looks like a pretty decent stretch of some pretty nice weather heading our way, especially by the weekend and into the week next week. Numbers from yesterday, 91 and 71, those are both above average. For this time of year, 87 and 64 are our normal high and low temperature here in the capital city. No moisture yesterday, still sitting at just over 4 inches for the month, which again, we put a really good dent in that with that big rainfall we had earlier this month. Still just about 3 inches below normal for the entire year when it comes to liquid precipitation. Then again, look at that sunrise sunset time. Again, sunrise now up to 6:41 in the morning. Sunset just a little bit past 8 o'clock, which again, for me personally, again, I don't mind. Again, a lot easier to put the kids to bed when it's already dark outside versus in the middle of the summer when it's light out till 9:30. So again, above average yesterday. I think we're going to be seeing similar numbers as we head through the day today. Low temperatures already this morning, anywhere from the low 60s to right around 70 for most of the 10-11 coverage area. Had some 50s in the far west and southwest early this morning here in the Lincoln metro. Low temperatures this morning right around 70 degrees, again, including right here at the 10-11 studios at 40th and Vine. If you look at current conditions, we've dealt with some patchy fog this morning, especially for the eastern quarter of the state, but seeing, again, plenty of sunshine also as we start our day. Again, some hazy sunshine right now, I think, here in the capital city. Visibility is being reported at 10 miles, so at the airport that was around 5-6 miles this early this morning, and already up to 77 at the airport, 76 here in Midtown Lincoln. Calm wind, but again, dew points at 72%, at 72 degrees, humidity's at 84%, so again, it is a muggy start to our Wednesday. Visibility has greatly improved over the last hour or two. Again, we had a couple spots where it was down basically at 0 or less than a couple miles, again, especially for the eastern quarter of the state. That fog has lifted as we, again, have started our Wednesday. Temperatures already, though, into the 70s and even lower 80s early this morning on the Tempest weather stations here in the Lincoln metro. You look at temperatures statewide, upper 60s to upper 70s right now again here in Lincoln, as well as Beatrice, a couple of the warm spots with that 77-degree reading, 75 at Epley up in Omaha, also 75 in Grand Island, 76 for Hastings and Kearney, 70 in North Platte this morning. Again, dew point numbers remain quite high, again, especially for the eastern half of the state. It's upper 50s, low 60s for the west. It's generally lower to even middle 70s for the eastern half of the state. So again, it is thick out there, will continue to be so as we head through the day today and likely into the day tomorrow as well. Really no wind to speak of out there. Calm winds being reported for many locations across the 10-11 coverage area. So again, very quiet conditions to start our Wednesday. Couple that with the satellite radar picture here in southeastern Nebraska. There's really nothing. You zoom out, look at a statewide view. Again, there's really basically nothing. If you look at the visible satellite imagery, again, you can see a good view of really the clear skies that we have across the state. There's just a few areas that maybe still have a little bit of lingering patchy fog early this morning, but otherwise everything is basically clear. If we zoom out, look at the mesoscale sectors. This is a look this morning. The visible satellite imagery of Hurricane Aaron, which again is right now a little to the south and to the west of the Carolinas in the Atlantic, continuing to churn out in there. Last check, still Category 2 hurricane, but again causing not going to directly impact the eastern seaboard, but again, some dangerous rip currents, a lot of larger waves, again, going to be impacting the eastern seaboard. As Hurricane Aaron continues to kind of churn its way up through the Atlantic. So we go back to the satellite radar picture. Again, statewide view, there's really nothing going on. Regional view, again, really, there's nothing going on. You look out at the national view, again, there, Hurricane Aaron clearly visible, at least on the satellite the radar, not picking up some of the outer bands there. Again, it's going to peel back to the north and to the northeast. Again, like I said, dangerous rip currents, some heavy seas expected along the eastern seaboard as Hurricane Aaron continues to make its way up the Atlantic. Otherwise, as far as any, again, really inclement weather across continental United States, there's not a whole lot going on. Some showers up in New England, a little bit of shower activity across parts of North Texas, but otherwise, again, things are pretty quiet. This is the infrared satellite imagery, again, of Hurricane Aaron. Again, has slowly made its way, again, through the Caribbean and now making that northward turn. We'll continue to kind of peel off to the north and to the northeast as we head over the coming days. Expected to remain about a Category 2 hurricane, according to the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Do have some tropical storm watches and warnings along the North Carolina coast, up into the Virginia coast as well. But again, it's going to peel back, and it's not expected to directly impact the U.S. mainland. But again, otherwise, those rip currents and high seas are really going to be the biggest impacts from Aaron along the eastern seaboard. If you look at the weather alerts nationally, again, some heat advisories, extreme heat warnings down in parts of the south, as well as again parts of the southwest. Some heat advisories across parts of the Dakotas into Montana. Otherwise, again, outside of the typical kind of August heat and humidity, not a whole lot going on for us, including nothing this morning here in the state of Nebraska. If you check out Skycast, though, through the day today, again, I think it should be pretty quiet. I think by this afternoon, we should be looking at mostly sunny skies. There is just an outside chance there could be a little pop-up shower driven by the heating of the day for south central, southeastern Nebraska. So we do have a small chance in the forecast, again, maybe for a little pop-up shower, isolated thunderstorm out there, but really not expecting anything widespread by any means. Into this evening, as we lose the heating of the day, that activity will fade by 10 o'clock tonight. Looking for mainly clear, quiet conditions. Then as we head overnight tonight into Thursday morning, again, we'll see a chance for some areas of patchy fog, mostly clear skies across much of the 10-11 coverage area. And then into Thursday afternoon, again, kind of copy and paste. Again, there's small chance, maybe a little pop-up shower, thunderstorm driven by the heating of the day, but not expecting anything widespread, not expecting anything severe. Not until Thursday into Friday, as a cold front kind of shifts its way through the state, are we looking at the potential, at least, for maybe a little bit more scattered activity, some of which could be strong to severe as we head Friday afternoon into Friday evening. But again, in-house model and other modeling, not too bullish on that activity, some limiting factors in that. So again, potential for a lot of moisture really not there, but could see a few stronger thunderstorms, I think, Friday. As far as the 7-day precipitation potential, again, you can see for the northern and kind of northeastern part of the state, we're really not looking at much in the way of any rainfall over the course of the next week, very light amounts. But as you head across western and southwestern Nebraska, those are the areas that I think have the better chance for some more meaningful moisture. Could see an inch or more. Again, areas like McCook, Imperial, over towards Sidney, Kimball, Scottsbluff, and again, areas due south across parts of southern Kansas into Oklahoma could see much more significant moisture over the course of the next week. So again, a lot of the moisture is going to stay across the Front Range and then well down to our south. As far as the severe weather outlook, again, maybe a pop-up shower, isolated thunderstorm today, but not expecting anything severe for our Wednesday or for our Thursday. It's not until Friday that we do have a marginal risk for severe weather that covers a good chunk of the state, and that is likely going to be as a cold front kind of settles its way across the state through the day on Friday. Again, could spark off a little bit more activity, and again, maybe some stronger activity through the day on your Friday. So if we zoom in, take a closer look at Skycast this morning. Again, quiet conditions by this afternoon. We'll call it mostly to partly sunny. Again, a pop-up shower, isolated thunderstorm can't be entirely ruled out, but not entirely likely by this evening. Mostly clear, quiet conditions expected for us into Thursday morning. Kind of copy and paste, maybe some areas of patchy patchy fog to start the day on Thursday. By the afternoon, we're looking at mostly to partly sunny skies. Can't rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm kind of popping up due to the heating of the day, but again, not entirely likely. And then Thursday into Friday is when that cold front finally begins to push into the area, and that could bring in, again, maybe isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and some of those could be on the stronger side. We'll keep an eye out for that. As far as temperatures today, again, typical kind of August heat and humidity, kind of similar to where we were yesterday. Upper 80s, low 90s for the eastern half of the state, mid to even upper 90s as you head across the western sections of the state. Low temperatures into Thursday morning. We're into the 60s. High temperatures tomorrow, again, kind of similar. We're upper 80s to upper 90s across the state, warmest readings in the west. But then things start to at least change a little bit as we head into the day Friday. Low temperatures into the 60s to near 70, but by Friday afternoon, we start to see temperatures come down a little bit. Low 80s to low 90s, coolest readings in northern Nebraska, warmest readings in far southern Nebraska. Here in Lincoln, still expecting an above average day, but then significantly cooler, especially as we start to head into the weekend. Saturday looks like high lows to start the day, upper 50s to low to mid 60s, but then high temperatures Saturday afternoon, upper 70s, low 80s for much of the state, including here in the capital city, around 84, which again a couple degrees below normal by that time. Into Sunday morning, could be a cool, comfortable morning again for any early risers, low 50s to maybe right around 60 degrees for low temperatures Sunday morning. And then check out Sunday afternoon. Another reinforcing shot of cooler air brings temperatures down generally into the 70s across much of the state. And then from there, we generally hang out in the 70s. So mid 70s Sunday, Monday, upper 70s Tuesday. Some small rain chances kind of here and there, but again, nothing really big for us to be all that concerned about in the 7-day forecast. And if you look at the 10-day forecast, that trend continues through the week next week. Again, so you can see hottest temperatures are going to be today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, that transition day, when we start to see some of that cooler weather. Really see it as Sunday, though, into the week next week with those highs falling down into the 70s across much of the state. And to go along with the cooler temperatures, much lower dew points expected through that time frame as well. It'll stay humid today, likely tomorrow. Those dew points may be coming down a little bit Friday behind that front. But then certainly Sunday into the week next week, we're seeing much more comfortable dew points, generally down into the 50s. So again, some relief from the heat and the humidity, and at least a pretty decent stretch there, relief from the heat and humidity as well. As far as rain chances go, they are pretty small over the course of the next week or so. Again, for us here in Lincoln, our best chance is probably Friday afternoon as that front moves its way through the area. But again, even that chance isn't all that great. And then small chances into the weekend, and then small chances will continue into the week next week. But again, that's it. They are small chances, 20% or less for most areas. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. Again, this takes us through the end of August into the first few days of September. Pretty good chance we're going to continue to see those below normal temperatures continue across much of the region. And then in terms of the precip outlook, again, kind of equal normal precipitation kind of expected. Better chances for above average precipitation to our west and to our south. Below average precip across the Great Lakes regions and over into the Ohio Valley and those areas there. So again, a couple more days of kind of the typical August heat and humidity, but there is some much cooler and more comfortable conditions that will be heading our way not too far away. Again, by the weekend, and then again through much of the week next week. So not a whole lot for us to be all that concerned about as we head through the day today. But again, as always, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online. Make sure you have our streaming TV apps downloaded on your Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, things like that, so you can stay up to date with the latest. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching as always. Hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.